The Disney Parks Podcast is now on Stitcher, radio on demand. You can listen to us on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle Fire, and other devices using the Stitcher application. Find it free on your App Store or at Stitcher.com. Now on Stitcher, radio on demand. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast, show number 0043 for the week of April 30th, 2013. We'd like to encourage and invite each and every one of you to go out to iTunes to rate us and review us. You can always visit us at the DisneyParksPodcast.com website, and you can call the Disney Parks Podcast hotline at 407-476-8898. You can also find us online on Facebook and Twitter at Disney PK Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John, and I come to you from the Wdw Parkhoppers.com website. Joining me is the lovely and talented Parkhopper Sid.
Hello, y'all.
We also run the Team Parkhoppers website and on Facebook. So that's me. Joining us is the lovely and talented Ms. Krista Joy from DisneyWays.com.
Hey, John. Thanks for having me back. Hi, everybody.
And as always, our fourth wheel in this spoke of awesomeness is the huggable, the lovable, you just can't get enough of them, Mr. Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com.
No matter how many times you save the world, it always manages to get back in jeopardy again. All right, if you know the quote that this movie is from, or quote, movie quote is from.
Yeah.
Wow, we're starting off well. Drop us a line at questions at Disney Park Podcast. Give us a call, 407-476-8898, or just leave a little comment in the comment section down there.
Okay, and our first bit of news this week is Tokyo Disney Resort celebrating their 30th anniversary. They're calling it the Happiness Year. Last week, it was all smiles at Tokyo Disney Resort as they celebrated a 30th anniversary and kicked off a special year of happiness at the resort's parks. Since opening day, the Tokyo Disney Resort has inspired the imaginations of hundreds of millions of guests, becoming the most beloved leisure destination in Japan, said Tom Staggs. The special relationship and collaboration we have with our partner, Oriental Land Company, has continued to grow and flourish over the last 3 decades, and this can directly be seen in the many incredible attractions, entertainment, and experiences we've added to the resort throughout the years. The anniversary event also featured a one-of-a-kind fireworks show called Happiness on High that was accompanied by the Tokyo Disney Resort 30th anniversary theme song. A new daytime parade called Happiness is Here also began during the celebration. The parade features 13 floats and includes Disney characters from throughout the years, including Goofy, Aladdin, and Winnie the Pooh, along with characters from Toy Story and Alice in Wonderland. It'll continue to run daily during Happiness Year at Tokyo Disneyland Park. Also, throughout the year, guests will be able to see themed decorations around the parks, including happiness balloons that will adorn Cinderella Castle. There will be special menus at Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, happiness sharing spots located at Tokyo Disneyland Park, and other surprises.
That's awesome, and you can order some Happy Family.
I have to go to Tokyo Disney Sea. That's my goal. Is there a way I can get there in less than 18 hours to Tokyo?
Well, Tony, you can always do the B.A. Baracus of the 18. Just have some friends, give you some type of medication that'll knock you out.
Oh, yeah, that might be good.
Yeah, make you drink some milk, and then you wake up in Tokyo.
Or like on Mission Space, you can do that hypersleep like they do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That hypersleep seems to just go by like that.
I'm thinking of Star Trek Transporter, then I don't have to,
Yeah. I really do want to go see this, and I think that it's going to be amazing. I love that they've done all these things for Disneyland, or I'm sorry, for Tokyo Disney, and they've done all these really cool things for Epcot. They've done all these really amazing things for Animal Kingdom today. As we record this, it's the Animal Kingdom's 15th birthday. And for Magic Kingdom's 40th anniversary, they had a couple of cool things. So not that I'm jealous.
You're a little jealous.
I'm a little jealous. Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, they did some nice stuff for this anniversary. Well, we don't seem to get some of the cool things, it seems. Maybe we're just crazy.
I think we get cool things.
Yeah.
We just, the grass is always greener in someone else's park.
Sure.
That's true. Good point. That's cool. So let me ask everybody here. Here's a great question for us to talk about for a couple seconds. What park, other than a Disney park in the United States, would you like to most visit? Krista, where would you like to go other than a park inside the United States? Disney
I'm
park.
going with Tokyo Disney Sea too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sid?
My vote has to be for Disneyland Paris, mainly because I want to go run the race that they're going to do there in 2014. So I haven't given up hope yet that I may go do this. But I just have no idea what the finish line will say, because I can't.
Finis.
Fini. Just fini.
How about you, Tony?
I'm going to say Tokyo Sea right now, but I hold reservations for Hong Kong because I am interested to see that castle that they are going to build there. That's going to be, 3 stories. You'll be able to walk through the thing. There'll be an attraction in it. There'll be dining in it. So I'm holding my reservation to see that. But right now it's Disney Tokyo Sea.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Seconded only by, it's a tie for me between Disney Sea and Disneyland in Paris for the same 2 reasons, because of the Jules Verne themed rides that they have. Disneyland Paris is very Jules Verne-esque for their Space Mountain, and then Tokyo Disney Sea has this Journey to the Center of the Earth ride. I think it's an attraction that's very similar to the Finding Nemo thing, except it's a completely unique vehicle. So I would really like to go to Disneyland Paris and Tokyo Disney Sea. I can't pick just one. Sorry.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. Next up is some limited time magic coming to Walt Disney World, Florida. It's Earth Day week, if that makes any sense. So from April 22nd to April 24th, there's a party going on at Walt Disney World Resort, and you're invited. Come celebrate the 15th anniversary of Disney's Animal Kingdom Park at Party for the Planet, an Earth Week event where you can meet some of your favorite Disney characters, purchase collectible merchandise, of course, and try out some tasty sweet treats. First up is the Disney Character Dance Party. The party kicks off with a week-long character reunion with some rarely seen Disney characters will be making a cameo appearance in Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. Stop by for a chance to see Lilo and Stitch, Flick and Prince Atta, Kuda, and what's this other one? Kenna? And Thumper and Miss Bunny as they march along, and then join them for a dance party hosted by DJ Dynamite in Dino Land. Also, there will be some commemorative merch. Once the celebration is started, make your way to Creature Comforts, where you can buy celebratory clothing, celebratory pins, limited edition vinylmation, and other once-in-a-lifetime merchandise you won't find anywhere else. Can't make it to Florida for the occasion? Take advantage of a special opportunity to order exclusive 15th anniversary t-shirts online, but you get yours fast. The t-shirts will only be available from April 22nd to April 24th, 2013. Also, the sweet treats, dig up something delicious. The Earth Week celebration continues across all Walt Disney World resorts, where for a limited time you can dig into a duo of playful desserts. Head into Disney's Hollywood Studios or Kona Cafe at Disney's Polynesian Resort and try out the Worm and Dirt Cupcake. And I've had this cupcake before. I think they had this last year for some other celebration too.
They did.
Yep. So travel to the Magic Kingdom Park or Epcot for a delightfully delicious worm and dirt tart. Now I haven't had that. Remember that Earth Week experience is only taking place for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to celebrate the planet in the most magical ways.
Yeah, this was. So as we record this, today is the day that Animal Kingdom celebrated its anniversary, and I think of all of us on the podcast, I was the only one that was there. And let me tell you about the commemorative merchandise. If you're walking around the Tree of Life and you're heading towards Africa and you pass Camp Mini Mickey, you know that merchandise shop that's right there? Right before you go across the bridge to Africa. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that was where they had the merchandise. Mm-hmm. So they had the line started all the way back at Camp Mini Mickey. Then it went all the way across the bridge to Africa, where it turned around and then went all the way back to Camp Mini Mickey. Mm-hmm. And then it went all the way back to the location where you went into another zigzag line just to get inside to get your merchandise.
No way.
Oh, it was insane.
Wouldn't do it. That was like the 40th stuff over at the Magic Kingdom. It was ludicrous.
And then come to find out that they had put online on the Disney Parks blog, they had put send an email happy birthday greeting to Animal Kingdom, and we're going to pick X amount of people and give the Vinylmation. And a good chunk of the people who were at the event actually made it onto the list.
Wow.
I thought that was spectacular.
Wow.
But yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of the lines. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. That just drives me crazy. You know, that people will stand in line for 2 hours to get a pin. You know, really? I mean, a $10 pin, you're gonna waste 2 hours of your life on waiting for a pin. That's just nuts. That's just crazy.
I think it was more than 2 hours, to be honest with you.
It probably was.
I did it for Epcot, but I didn't do it, for me. I did it because I was trying to get them for John.
But this merch is going to be there all week. Am I not? Am I correct?
I don't know. I think they might have done like I was there pin on the 15th maybe or something similar to that. I think that's what everybody was rushing for. But I don't know. I mean, I could certainly go find out. I could probably drive over there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Carly says hello.
I wonder, I guess you could have gone online too for some of this.
Yeah, I did know about the online thing. Chris, did you know about the online thing? I didn't know about this.
Yeah, there's a couple T-shirts that you could get online today for sure. Other than that, I don't know. I'd have to look.
Yeah. I did see a couple people who sought out the worm and dirt cupcake. And it was huge. It was as big as my fist. It was a chocolate cupcake covered with chocolate, and then it had like sprinkles on it, and had 3 or 4 gummy worms on it. Yeah. It looked outstanding.
I thought it was cookie crumbles.
It might be. Yeah, it might have been.
It was dirt.
Yeah,
it was dirt.
It's kind of dim where I was at, so I really couldn't make it out. And plus, the lady was not really happy that the big fat guy was eyeing her, cupcake. So I got a quick look and, give me that cupcake back, fat guy. And I was like, okay, here.
Now, one of these cupcakes was available at Kona Cafe. So I will tell you this: if you've ever been to Kona Cafe for like sushi at night, the sushi chefs are not there any longer on the Kona Island part. They are now in the Kona Cafe, where the desserts used to be, is now where the sushi chefs work. You could sit at that island and order sushi, you just won't have any chef making sushi in front of you.
Yeah, I did notice that the last time we were there.
Yeah, a little depressing.
It was a little sad.
Yeah, so that's my little sneak place for sushi.
It still is. You just have to go to that counter and order it, and you can't watch them make it anymore, but you can still order it there.
Yeah.
If you need to watch them make it, we could always go back to Splitsville.
We could.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just keep waiting for another 3 or 4 months until they get California Grill done. In Lake Buena Vista, Florida, it's not just about the kids anymore at Disney, folks. It's also a world-class golf destination. And the place has gotten an overwhelming number of PGA.com and Facebook fans to give the golf resort a #1 ranking for family vacations. Disney World truly has it all with their 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, 24 themed hotels, and loads of shopping. As we all know, Disney also has an incredible array of golf courses. Disney's property includes 5 of them. The 4 18-hole courses are the Magnolia and the Palm, which host the PGA Tour's Children's Miracle Network Classic, the Lake Buena Vista, and Osprey Ridge. Oak Trail is designed for younger golfers, which is a 9-hole walking course. And as far as golfing fun for the entire family, or as me and most everybody I know, they have golf. As far as golfing fun for the entire family with children of any age, Disney also boasts 2 themed miniature golf complexes, each with 2 courses. There's Fantasia Gardens and Winter Summerland. And I have played, I played at, I guess would be a better way of saying it, at Lake Buena Vista, and it's a gorgeous golf course. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking about coming down to Disney to play some golf, you definitely want to come down before August to play at Osprey Ridge, because after August, Osprey Ridge is going to go under control of the Four Seasons Hotel, and it's no longer going to be a Disney golf course. So congratulations to Disney Golf and Palmer Golf, who manages the golf clubs. That's quite a high honor, and they're all very gorgeous golf courses to play at.
I have not been on one.
Really?
Yeah, no. I'm not a big golfer.
I like to drive the cart.
Yeah, me too.
Well, Tony, you should come with us next time we play, because we play the harder course, the Fantasia Gardens course.
That's my speed. I've played both of those.
That hippo gets me every time.
We should do a Disney Parks podcast miniature golf meetup.
There you go.
Krista, are you down with that?
Absolutely.
Do you play golf? Do you golf much?
No, I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I want Krista on my team because beginner's luck will hit.
Okay.
It should be the girls versus the boys, Krista.
All right, let's do it.
We should plan that.
I had a best score of the day on Winterland, over at Summerland, Winterland. Not to say, not to brag or anything, but,
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a pretty good golfer. And I have like 150, 200-yard drive, and I'm great. At least I'm really killing it at Wii golf. I'm really good at that.
And Tony, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everything else in life. You're only as good as your next miniature golf game.
That's true.
That's right.
True. It's like bowling,
Yeah.
Haven't done that yet at Splitsville.
We'll have to do that too.
We've eaten there 27 times.
It's because the food's good. Chris, did you eat at Splitsville?
There's bowling at Splitsville?
Yeah. I couldn't hear it above the loud music.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything about the music.
I've done the electric slide at Splitsville.
Yeah.
There's even pool tables upstairs. We should even just do a game of pool.
Ooh.
Should. That'd be fun.
That would be good.
Yeah.
All right, one last piece of news.
Sure.
Fantasmic is testing the fast passes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Disney's Hollywood Studios will test the viability of fast passes for Fantasmic during the week of April 22nd through the 27th, which is this week. Cast members will distribute FastPass tickets at the tip board right there at the junction of Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. The Fantasmic FastPass tickets are not tied into the regular FastPass system, so guests may obtain a Fantasmic FastPass without being prevented from obtaining another FastPass for a different attraction. I am kind of excited about this. I love Fantasmic. It is one of those things that there were days where I would go and sit for 2 hours with a book in line, and then my family would come find me. So just because I wanted the good seat and I wanted to be able to get in, but... So, does anybody else have any thoughts on the FastPass system?
Well, here's my question. So how many of the 5,000 seats will they distribute as Fastpass? You know, are they going to distribute just like maybe the center portion of the theater or just the left portion of the theater? Well, there is one part already. Well, if you're looking at the stage, the right-hand side, the first couple of rows are priority seating for the dinner package people.
Right.
So maybe they'll just fill the rest of that with Fantasmic Fast Passes?
I don't know. I guess that's why they're testing right now, just to see what works and what doesn't, I guess.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about this. What, are they just going to fill the whole stadium with Fast Pass? Everybody's got a Fast Pass. Oh, you got one? I got one. Right? You just got one.
Can you imagine what that cast member's life's going to be like when they do a majority of Fast Passes and he's standing in front of 10,000 people who want to just walk in?
Yeah.
There's no available seating because they've given all the Fast Passes away, which is a lot like World of Color, I guess, so they're used to it. But
yeah.
Here's something I think that's funny, and this is just kind of how my brain works, and I'm an odd duck anyway.
Quack, quack.
So they're testing this the week of April 22nd through April 27th, okay, which is Earth Week at Disney. Disney is a conservation leader. And so the same week that we're all supposed to conserve and recycle and not use, stuff like paper and stuff, Disney decides to test the Fastpass system, which Fast Passes are made out of
paper.
Right.
Plastic.
Well, traditional Fast Passes are made out of paper. I do wonder if these are maybe like the plastic cards that they have on the lanyards that they use for tracking the speed of the different lines, if they're going to go a route like that, so they can be reusable.
That's
so
not
you
a bad
walk
idea.
back up and they hand it to you, and you walk back up, you give it back to them. The next day they pass it out to somebody else.
That's not a bad idea.
So that way they're reusable, they're a little more durable. You're not going to walk up there with the wrong Fast Pass because you accidentally gave your Fantasmic Fast Pass to the guy over at Splash Mountain. Yes, I'm aware I'm mixing parks, but just go with me here.
Yeah. Maybe they're just going to say Fantasmic on it with no date, and they'll just, once you give it to the guy at
oh my gosh,
the thing, they're just going to recycle and reuse them the next day.
Yeah, but no date. How would that? I mean, because if it had no date and you got everyone in your party to get one, and then decided you'd just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you could do that.
That might screw it up.
It might. Well,
I was just being funny. That's just how my brain works. They decided to test a new paper system on the week of birthday.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the news for our show. Now we're going to flip over into the rumor section, and Tony's got a couple of really interesting rumors we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So rumor number one is the Polynesian is going to get some DVC villas. This was they had on this guy, I can't think of his name, but he runs a Polynesian resort website.
The Tiki Man.
The Tiki Man, that's correct.
Yeah.
He was on WDW today talking about what he thinks the Polynesian villas. Now, this was a rumor that started on some other blog site we won't mention, but this guy was saying that it possibly has legs. Now, the reason that Disney is not really saying anything is because they're hopefully going to open up the Grand Floridian villas, and they don't want people not to buy that while they wait for something else, like, say, the Poly. So that's the reason that we're not really going to hear anything official for probably quite a long time, until they start selling the Grand Floridian villas.
Or it could have nothing to do with the fact that it might just be a big old Horkin rumor.
Well, it could be, but there's a lot of construction going on at the Polynesian right now. One half of the parking lot is filled with construction vehicles, and we know that they were doing some room rehab, but that has ended, and the vehicles are still there, and there's still construction going on. So,
that's interesting. I know that there was a lot of people talking about it, especially when that area right in front of the Contemporary Resort.
Right.
I was told they're building some type of a bus turnaround right there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was very interesting. It's like, it looks like a state to me, and my dad was in construction for a long time. It looked like a staging area for a construction site is what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So it looks like getting ready to stage something. They're going to build something. And I looked at the people I was with. I said, they can't build anything out there, right? Because the ground won't support the weight.
Right.
And So who knows? And that's the first time I heard the Polynesian rumor. Yeah. I've heard that they're going to build them. I'm sorry. I heard they're going to build them in the water.
Yeah, that was one of the rumors. Yeah, that was one of the rumors that they were going to build them like. I think the resort is in Bora Bora, where you walk out on like a dock, and the building kind of sits out in the water. There's really no land by the Polynesian to build anything. You know, they'd have to take one of the longhouses, remove it, and then build a huge 4-story T-type shaped building there. So, will that happen? We don't know. Will he, reclaim some of the water and, build it out in the water? I mean, the Grand Floridian, they reclaimed some water for that. They filled up the lake, and they built a villa on it. So it is possible.
That also leads a little bit of. I know they were doing a lot of refurbishment on the islands, taking away a lot of brush.
Yeah.
I know they were doing that for a lot of different reasons, but it was just really funny to me how they cleared out so much brush so you could see the Magic Kingdom better.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they're doing that. So I would love to know if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, that rumor about all the brush being cleared out was they wanted to put. More fireworks stations for when they do their special fireworks, for 4th of July and New Year's Eve. They wanted to utilize that island
that makes sense.
For fireworks to really make it more fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Also with the poly rumor, the guy, this Tiki man, was possibly saying that something may happen to Ohana.
No.
Because it's really not a sit-down restaurant. You can't. There's not really.
I sit down when I'm there.
There's not really a menu. They just bring meat to you.
Okay, now stop, people.
So there was a lot of gasp on the podcast too about that.
Okay.
I don't know. I could take it or leave it. I would like a great signature restaurant there. But, I would miss, I think, Ohana.
Did you just say you could take or leave Ohana?
We can't be friends anymore.
All right, imagine a better sit-down signature restaurant.
No. I want plates and skewers of meat brought to my table until someone passes out.
I just want big bowl of noodles.
Until somebody goes into a meat coma?
We're going to have to go to the Polynesian and eat at Ohana sometimes, because that's speaking to me right now.
Yeah.
Krista, what do you think about this? I keep asking you, what do you think about this?
Well, it's exciting. I mean, I think I listened to the same podcast you did, Tony. I'm looking at the Tiki Man's webpage here. His name is Steve, so shout out to Steve. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah.
But basically, he was saying that Ohana was something else before it was Ohana. And everybody was real upset when they changed it to Ohana. So he's hoping if they do change Ohana, then, again, it'll just be another improvement. I hope he's right if that's the case. Because I love Ohana, too. It's one of my favorites.
Maybe they can keep the Ohana skewer, but just do it in a different fashion or add to a menu. I mean, you go there, you don't even get a menu. The guy says, "I am bringing food out." Yeah.
I could get... All right, Tony, I'll go halfway with you.
Okay.
Add a menu that you choose from, but keep the fixed price. Bring it to your table, eat until you're in a food coma. Oh my dear God, Ohana.
Yeah, look, I know what this stems from, Tony. Just because you're mad because they've refurbished the California Grill doesn't mean that gives you the right.
I'm taking somebody else's restaurant down.
That doesn't give you.
My restaurant went down. Somebody else's is going down. Bring back the grill.
All right, gentlemen.
All right. I'm okay now.
You start yelling. It starts getting distorted. People are thinking you have, no technical ability at recording here. It's not a good thing.
I have to take my pills again.
Take your Ritalin, Tony.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on another rumor, and this will thrill some, and others maybe not. There's a rumor going around that we're going to get 2 more cruise ships of the medium size. So it'll be something between the Dream, Magic, help me out here, cruisers, and
it'll be in between the Fantasy and the Dream, and the Wonder and the Magic.
There you go. it'll be somewhere in between the two of those. InsideTheMagic.net leaked this. I heard from some other peoples on property. Names will not be named. But, so how do we feel about a medium size? I haven't been on one, so I can't tell you, if this is good, bad, or otherwise. Are the big ones too big and the small ones too small, and we need something in the middle?
Tony, you haven't been on any Disney cruise ship?
No.
All right. Disney Park Podcast meetup number 3.
Yeah. Well, it all goes back to itinerary. I mean, you have to stop and think. I mean, right now, the Disney Dream is handling 3 and 4 night cruises to the Bahamas. The Disney Fantasy is doing 7 night.
Okay.
Hang on.
Wait, hold on. Let me add to that. So now that you're mentioning it, these were allegedly not from the Inside the Magic, but another source. We're saying that these were going to be possibly transatlantic ships. These two would just crisscross from here to Europe all year round, allegedly.
I've heard that too, and I think that would be great. But the flip side of that is, you've got the Dream and the Fantasy are doing, the Fantasy doing the 7 night Bahamas, the Dream is doing the 4 night, and then the 3 night. They're alternating. And then you've got the Wonder and the Magic, and they kind of, like right now, the Wonder is, sailing out of Port Miami and doing a couple different things, and they're getting ready to change. No, is it the Wonder or the Magic? Yeah, the Magic is sailing out of Port Miami right now, and then the Wonder is sailing out of Galveston. And then what's getting ready to happen is the Wonder is getting ready to reposition to the West Coast to start doing the Alaska itineraries. So I think that they were to add 2 more ships to this, it would be easier to keep 1 or 2 boats on the West Coast and keep the bulk of the fleet on the East Coast. But if they were to add a transatlantic route to 2 of the ships, I would sign up for that in a heartbeat. Outside of the whole Titanic thing, I would love to do a transatlantic cruise because you're at sea. It's just awesome, and the entertainment and the food is just so awesome on the Disney cruise ships. I would love to be able to do that for a few days. Very relaxing.
I think that's going to be longer than a few days. I think it's like, 10 days transatlantic? I think.
Tony, it does depend on the size of the ship. I actually did a transatlantic from Maine to France.
Okay.
And it took 20 days and 20 hours.
What?
Not that we were counting. Now, that being said.
What kind of boat was that?
It was a 53-foot sailboat. And there were 3 of us on board. So, that being said, everything feels a whole lot longer when it's just you and your parents. There was no Mickey magic on that boat by the end.
And there's probably no place to charge in your iPad or iPhone or...
Wouldn't matter. You can't get any signal out there anyway. The only people that you can speak to are the dolphins and the sharks that'll swim by.
Well, Tony, I was 22 when
Yikes.
I did this.
Was there alcohol on this boat?
We do not drink at sea.
What?
Oh.
All right.
We do not drink at sea.
Okay.
Because we were in charge of what was going on with the boat. Now, we go on the new cruise ships. I fully intend on drinking at sea.
A lot.
Captain, not so much.
Are you sensing a theme here, Krista?
Gosh. So I guess we'll have to see. Disney is supposed to make some announcements this week as we're recording. We'll see what they're going to announce. We think it may be other things. We think they're going to announce Avatar Land and some other stuff. But we'll have to see what happens. So.
Wait, since they already announced Avatar Land, are they announcing the cancellation of Avatar Land?
Cars Land.
One could dream.
Anything other than Avatar Land?
Yeah. Well, it would be appropriate this week. I mean, it is Earth Week. It is Animal Kingdom 15th anniversary. Why not make the formal, official, here are the plans for Avatar Land announcement this week? Joe Rohde's in town. I'm just saying.
No, Joe Rohde's not in town.
He did not come for the 15th?
He did not. They sent a set of earrings
I was going to say, his earrings couldn't get through the TSA agent?
Yeah, he had a customs problem with his third earring and said no. Yeah, he couldn't make it. They didn't say why he wasn't there, but he wasn't there this morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
He's fighting with James Cameron over the design.
Yeah. All right, so we have any other stuff we want to chat about?
I think that's it for news and rumors.
All right. Well, this week we thought we would talk about some of the one thing you can always hear at any Disney park, and that is music. And one of the ways that Disney Imagineers help you transition from the different lands and different parks is through the use of music, as well as visual cues as well. But music has always been a large part of the parks. It's also been a tremendous part of all of the Disney and Pixar movies. So we thought that we would take some time and talk about our top 5 favorite songs. Now, they can be a Disney song from a Disney movie. They could be a song from a Pixar movie. They could be a song from the theme park. It might be something like that. So that's kind of the parameters. So those are the parameters we're talking about. We're talking about Disney's favorite songs. And Krista is going to start us off with her number 5 favorite song.
My number 5 was actually the song from the Magic, the Memories in You show that used to play at Magic Kingdom. I love that song so much. I had a recording of it that I listened to in my car quite often. And so I miss that a lot. I just want to throw that in. So you can look it up on YouTube if you didn't see it in real life.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was a very short-lasted song.
Yeah.
I mean, they replaced that for Disney, that was replaced pretty quickly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although you can hear bits and pieces of it in some of the new music.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear a thread of it. But, yeah, that was a good... I remember when that song came out, I heard it when they do the premiere, and it was just the one girl singing and the piano playing. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that song. And the first time I heard it with full orchestration, I was immediately in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Sid?
All right. Well, I'm going to start with movies. So, my first or my number 5 is actually going to be Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. I remember being a teenager and going with one of my best friends and her little sister, and we went to see the movie, bought the soundtrack, and after my brother broke it, I bought it again. So I just really, I love that song. I sing it every time we go through the rides at the parks. And
She does.
So,
yeah.
Part of Your World, absolutely, from Little Mermaid.
Great song. Alan Menken, right? Alan Menken wrote that?
Yeah.
He's a hit machine.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tony, what's your number 5?
My number 5
Go ahead.
is from Toy Story. No surprise there.
Nope.
Toy Story had to be on my list somewhere. Is a Randy Newman special, You've Got a Friend in Me. Just saying.
You almost broke into song, didn't you?
Yeah, I could sing the song. There's a couple different versions of the song, but I still gravitate to the original, I think. Yeah. I do have an honorable mention number 6, because I could have made this easily a top 10 as I was going through my list, and I was like, wow. But You Can Fly, You Can Fly, You Can Fly, from Peter Pan. Peter had to be get to Neverland. Would be my honorable mention number 6. John, how about you?
Both good songs, my friend. Well, I knew... See, this is how well I know my friend Tony Casanova. I knew that he would have an honorable mention, so I, too, chose one. But I went completely off the reservation on this one. For many of the classic Disney movies, a lot of the memorable music that you hear is written by the Sherman Brothers. They've written several amazing hits. They've written music for the parks. If you've ever been on the Carousel of Progress, Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is a Sherman Brothers classic. And there's also actual video of Walt singing with the Sherman Brothers at the Carousel of Progress. And they did the entire score for a movie that you thought, I'll bet you, if we polled the entire audience, you thought that this was a Disney movie, and it was not. It's called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And my song is, towards the end of the movie, it's called Doll on a Music Box / Truly Scrumptious. And it is where they are trying to rescue the kids, and she the main character, whose name escapes me, Truly Scrumptious is her character's name, comes out in a doll box and she sings a song, and then Dick Van Dyke comes out and starts to sing another part of the song, and they layer the songs on top of each other in true Sherman Brothers style. It's incredible. So that's my honorable mention from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a non-Disney movie that really should be. So that's my honorable mention.
So it counts because the Sherman Brothers wrote it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'll make one note. I just read in the news today that Dick Van Dyke has got a very rare form of brain cancer.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that the other day, and I'm not really sure I'm ready to live in a world without Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
So
he is so ingrained, and God forbid that when that moment comes. Every time we ride the Great Movie Ride and there's Mary Poppins and Bert standing right there, I'll cry like a baby because I love Dick Van Dyke. He's amazing. Anyway, so we've gone down a rabbit trail. My number 5 officially on the list is "Trash in the Camp" from the Tarzan movie, and the soundtrack actually has 2 versions. The original version from the movie features Rosie O'Donnell and as she's playing one of the gorillas, and then a whole host of gorillas trashing the camp, making music with it. But there is a special version on the soundtrack that was written by Phil Collins, and he brought in this no-name, no-talent band from Florida called NSYNC to do a version of it, and it's my favorite version of that song. It's really, really good. We've played it before on the podcast here. So my number 5, "Trash in the Camp" from Tarzan.
I think they had to do that because I don't think what Rosie was doing could be considered singing.
Well,
it wasn't bad.
Well, none of it was really singing, and that's what was so cool about it. I mean, even in the movie,
I think she was just making monkey sounds.
No comment.
I mean, hey, listen, I love the song. It's in my, it's on my iPod in my Disney playlist, but I don't consider that singing, what she was doing.
Well, you didn't say that these songs had to have singing.
That's true. That was not a qualification for this list.
There you go. All right, Krista, number 4.
Number 4, well, staying in a Tarzan theme, my number 4 is "You'll Be in My Heart" from the Tarzan movie. Yes.
That's a good song.
Yes. I have very fond memories of my son, who would have been 3 when this movie came out, singing at the top of his lungs in the backseat of the car to this song. So to this day, when it comes on, the radio or whatever, we'll be like, "That's Scotty's song," because he's famous for singing that in the backseat. So that's probably part of it, why I love that song. And Phil Collins is great. Can't beat Phil Collins.
Yeah, Tarzan doesn't get enough credit. It's really a good, solid Disney movie.
It is.
It is.
I truly love that movie, and I'll admit I have aspects of the soundtrack on my running mix.
Yeah. The sequel was god-awful, but the first one was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Sid, number 4.
Number 4, "Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride" from Lilo and Stitch. Now, first of all, our household has a place in our heart for Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
You even look back at the old poster, and they've got Stitch surrounded by all the other Disney characters up to that point, and the idea is that every family's got one. And you just really have to resonate with this poor little lost creature without a home and without a family. And then, but it's a fun, emotional movie, and I love the music. And again, this is on my run list again. So, yeah, it's pretty Disney themed, if you can't tell. So
that's a good song. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
All right, T.
4 on my list is "You Got to Kiss the Girl." Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, enough of that.
Weren't you the one who said we weren't allowed to sing?
It's "Kiss the Girl" from The Little Mermaid. I love the music from The Little Mermaid. I think that was Menken and the other guy, I can't think of his poor dead name. Some of the best music those guys have ever done was in Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So, come on and kiss the girl.
We rag Michael Eisner really hard around here on the podcast, and from that era, when he was he was at the helm and they were churning out Lion King and Lilo and Stitch and
Beauty and the Beast and
Beauty and the
Little
Beast,
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. That is the bedrock, I would argue, of most of Disney's success, minus Pixar for the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, my number 4 is How Does She Know You Love Her from Enchanted.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Woo!
Love this song. I love this song for so many reasons. For any musicians out there who are listening, if I could get my snare drum to sound as good as that snare drum in that song, that would be awesome. I love the when this song comes up. I love the production in the movie, and I just, Amy Adams, I have a crush on. I'm completely open about it with my wife. I'm very, very excited that she's in the new Superman movie. This is a great. Go ahead.
Does Amy know that you have a crush on her?
Don't think she cares.
No, she doesn't care. This is a great song. It's typical Disney. It's very cute. It's got a great message, and it's just done really well. So that's and if I'm not mistaken, isn't this another Alan Menken song? I could have swore that he did the soundtrack to Enchanted.
I think he did.
I do have to say, my favorite part of this song is Amy Adams is up there. She is swooning and singing to somebody else that she's not even trying to, romance. And then all of a sudden, her boyfriend jumps off a bridge and breaks into his song and then gets run over by a bunch of bicyclists. Love that part.
Yeah. If you get a chance to go to YouTube and look up How Does She Know from Enchanted, it's got the whole video on there, and it's really hilarious.
The little dancing couples and the fountains in New York. It really is it's beautifully done.
Yeah. All right. Krista, number 3.
Number 3 for me is Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And yeah, we talked about that already. Alan Menken, good stuff. Sang that a lot as a teenager. That's it.
We must be about the same age.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Oh, sorry.
That's later.
No, that's a part of your world.
Part of your world. Oh, sorry.
This is gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
I've got who's it's and what's it galore.
You want thingamabobs?
I've got 20.
That just happened.
I don't like where this is going.
All right, ladies. Focus.
Oh, y'all are no fun.
The only way that would get any better is if Jodie Benson would have break into one of our houses and start singing.
Yeah.
About it. That'd be awesome.
I was actually waiting for the boys to just break in together. So,
All right.
all right, number 3 for me. And now I'm going to the other side in the parks. Anything is possible from the Dreams Come True stage show at Magic Kingdom. And my husband is here, Parkhopper John, with his head bopping, because anytime in our household the word anything comes into any conversation, this happens.
Anything is possible. Wishes do come true.
All right, there you go. So, but it's uplifting, it's happy, it kind of makes me want to dance around, and it's part of my favorite show at the parks, which we've talked about before. That stage show just has it all for me. It's got fireworks, it's got Mickey Mouse, it's got dancing and good music, and the good guys win in the end.
Love that. It's awesome.
Yep.
I'd like to see a little facelift maybe on that show. I hate to say it. It's been there quite a long time.
I would too. I mean, I love that show, but I'm going to cry when it goes away.
Yeah, I'm not saying it has to go away. It needs to just be tweaked a little bit. Yes.
Touch My Castle show. I know where you live.
Man, he's got it out for us. He wants to take away my Ohana. He wants to take away your castle show. What did we do to you, man? I thought we were friends. Be careful, Krista. You're next.
All right. Well, Tony, if you're so big and smart, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but the Broadway show version.
Ooh.
I do like that version just a tad bit more than the movie version.
Careful. Julie Andrews will come get you.
Yeah. Yeah, she can come get me. To see them do this live on the stage, I think, is what really, made it resonate with me. Once you see something live and in concert and on a stage, they kind of almost like act out the song, the supercalifragilistic. And I was watching how they, got them to memorize the song, because they do it forwards and then they do it backwards. So each day they had to learn the hand signs for 3 of the letters. So they would do SUP, and then they do ERC, and that's how they got to memorize the song. So each day they had to do 3, and they would do that all day long. Then the next day they would do what they learned the previous day, plus learn 3 more. And that's how they got them to, learn this whole song. So I think just, knowing more about this song also kind of, make it resonate with me a little bit more.
Yeah.
So. And
that is a Sherman Brothers classic.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And they had something to do with the remake of this too. Mm-hmm. They weren't left completely, out. The guy who wrote the Broadway stuff, went to the Sherman Brothers and had them, pretty intimately involved with this, this Broadway show. Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it. I would tell you to go to Manhattan and go see it in Times Square, because the theater that this show is in is off the hook. It is an old theater from the 30s that Disney completely rehabbed and brought back to its former glory. You could go see the road show of this, in any stupid arena, but really, you have to go see this on Broadway. I mean, Broadway shows are meant to go see on Broadway.
We saw it in Tampa.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's part of the joy of the touring theaters.
Yeah.
They bring Broadway to your hometown.
Yeah. Yeah.
They only have so many hotel rooms in New York, Tony, I swear.
Yeah.
They got quite a few, though.
They do. They do.
All right, John, what was your number 3?
My number 3 is Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing phrase. Anyway, so I love Hakuna Matata for a lot of different reasons, and the main reason is I just love watching it in the Festival of the Lion King, how they play with it throughout the entire musical, and the Tumble Monkeys are out there and you're kind of doing the hand jive thing with it, and it's just one of those songs you can't listen to the song and be in a bad mood. And I start singing it every time I'm on the Kilimanjaro Safari. When we get to the Warthogs, I start humming Hakuna Matata. And they don't respond, and they don't get up and dance. Very disappointed.
It is. It's sad.
Yeah.
But there's another time you sing it, and I can't remember what it is. You've made up words to this song.
Yeah, I'm bad about that. I'll make up the stupid lyrics to songs. Just, my brain is such a mess.
I don't even remember what it is. Something, your mama.
Hakuna, your mama.
Yeah. And I'll just break into this in the car for absolutely no reason. But it's,
Okay.
It's because this song is a part of me.
Moving forward.
Wait, hold on. So it's funny that you mention that. So when my kids, when the opening song of, The Lion King starts, they said, my kids used to think that they were saying, Pennsylvania, because they lived in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. I'm like, I don't think they're saying Pennsylvania, kids. I really don't.
Shows what you know, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Krista, number dos.
Number dos, A Whole New World from Aladdin, 1992. Another one of Alan Menken. Yeah. He's a good composer.
He's a hit machine.
Yep. It's a classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the only, really serious song in that movie. Most of the other songs, were kind of upbeat, uplifting.
Yeah.
But this was more of a serious, song.
Yeah.
Well, there was the instrumental music, the whole "I'm going to kill you, Aladdin" scene going on, and he was
that got serious.
Yeah, that was a little serious.
Yeah, that could be a little serious.
Yeah. And guys, if you're out there, if you're listening, do me a favor, okay? Come close to the speakers, okay? So this is purely the opinion of Parkhopper John. All right. If you're out there and you have a website or you have a newsletter or if you have a Twitter account or Facebook account, please
Or MySpace.
Or MySpace. For the love of God, please stop asking what Jasmine's tiger's name was from the movie, okay? We don't remember. We don't care. There was Aladdin, Jasmine, Jafar, the stupid bird that took over the tiki room, the genie, and the carpet. That's all we care about. Stop asking about that stupid tiger.
I think his name was like Shakira or something.
It's Raja.
Raja!
I'm embarrassed that I know now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you get it once.
There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go.
All right.
So write that down so we don't have to say it again.
Raja.
They'll come up with another one.
All right. Parkhopper Sid, what's your number 2?
All right. You all are going to laugh. You're going to roll your eyes, and you're going to mock me. I do not care. During the Halloween parade, there is music to each float. Parkhopper John cannot contain his giggles right now. And there comes a float.
Please, Lord, don't say it's the chickens.
It's the chicken.
Oh, my God.
It's the float brought to you by Pollo Campero.
Oh, my God.
Henrietta and her ghost riders in the sky. That's clocked.
I love that song. Hey, if the Outlaws were singing that song, I have no problem with it.
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm weird. I'm kitschy. I'm 12. I don't care. I'm not really 12 for anyone who's about to call the police on my husband. I like it. It's cute. It's fun. And it's one of those things you only get to experience once a year. So.
Oh, it's so funny.
All I have to say is if this is sponsored by Pollo Campero, then go yo pollo.
Alrighty then.
Nobody?
None of the other floats were exciting, Sarah?
Oh, they're all exciting, but that one elicits from my wife and I and Kevin and Carrie, friends of ours. We get more enjoyment out of that because it just becomes how many puns can you make, and then really seriously, I mean, how often
words to remember.
They don't drag Henrietta out that often, so that she's there in a not so scary Halloween party parade, and she gets to do Ghost Riders in the Sky. That's I would love to have been in that planning meeting when they're like, okay, we need something funny, but okay, we should do Ghost Riders in the Sky, but let's do Henrietta.
Let's do it with chickens.
Farm, clucking her way. That is Disney gold.
Yeah, I do agree. They may have been really, really tired at that point. And just like, okay, one last thing. Let's throw something in there. They'll think it's cute. They won't even think about it. No, here it is on a top 5 Disney music list.
Yeah. There you go. Boom goes the dynamite.
Yep, there you go.
What's your number 2, my friend?
Me?
Yeah.
My number 2 is from Jungle Book, and it is the Bare Necessities, a simple necessity. Bare Necessities. Love the song. I think it's jazzy, it's hip, it's cool, it's all that in a bag of chips. Just saying. But the singing was no good.
Oh, it was great. Oh, it was great. I love, and Jungle Book is one of those movies that it took me a long time to actually finally get my eyes on it to see it, and I love that. I thought it was great. I love that style of music. I love all that. I love the story of how the actor that did the voice of Blue had to learn how to scat sing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. As a bear, no less. So that's kind of cool. So yeah,
that was the last movie that Walt Disney actually worked on.
Yeah.
As his touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
All right, now you're going to make us cry, Krista.
That's what I always think of with Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Well, my number 2 kind of touches on what we were talking about with Krista's, except I went the other route. I went the obvious choice. Friend Like Me from Aladdin. The only movie that can actually really show you what's inside of Robin Williams' mind. Love the song. I thought it's awesome in the movie. I love hearing it in Wishes. It's great, but I will be like Tony and say, if you ever get a chance to go to Disneyland and go to Disney's California Adventure and get to see the Aladdin live show in Disneyland, well, actually, California Adventure, you need to definitely do that, because this version of this show live with this song, it's awesome. Just love it. It's funny. It's got a lot of character in the in the animated feature. Just love the way they just kind of let Robin Williams go, and it's great. And plus, once it gets in my head, it's just stuck.
Well, and the other thing about that show is, if you think you've seen it once, you've only seen it once. It changes a little bit every time. They update the jokes. They pick on different people in the audience. It is a little bit of a different show every time you go. So if you have the chance to go see it in Disneyland again, I would go.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, this was the upbeat song I was talking about previously.
Yes.
All right, Krista, your number one favorite Disney song.
Number one, a dream is a wish your heart makes.
Oh,
Dream is a wish your heart makes.
Voice.
Cinderella, 1950.
Cinderella.
Yay! I had it as a ringtone on my phone. That's how sad I am.
You're
For
not
any
sad.
specific person?
No, just because I just love that song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it inspires me, I guess.
Aw.
All right, go ahead, Tony.
I think this is the song that plays at the Disneyland Hotel when you push the goodnight button in your room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah,
Krista,
the headboard has like the castle on it, and then there's little fiber optic lights that make it look like fireworks, and then this song plays.
Can I tell you the best version of this song, Krista? Hands down, the best version of the song you'll ever hear in your life.
Yes, let's hear it.
When you're pulling into Castaway Cay and the Disney Dream starts thundering out with its horns. It's awesome.
Yeah, I will cry.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
had a horn happy captain. And what was really funny is there was one port we were in, and this is the only cruise we've taken. There's one port we were in, and there was another boat that seemed to, it was sort of the, oh, let me show you my horn. So after about 3 times of he would play his horn and they just had a horn. And then our guy would play 1 tune. And I think we had 7 on the Dream.
Yeah, we have 5 on the Dream and 7 on the Fantasy.
Okay, so we had 5 and on the ship that we were on. And then that guy went again, the other ship went again. And then our ship played another tune. And then the other ship went again. And you know that the captain is sitting in our bridge going, are you kidding me? He played all 5 of them in a row twice.
Oh my goodness.
One right on top of another.
It was awesome.
And we are all out on, out on the balconies, out on the deck by this point, just rolling. Because the people had come out on their ship, and it was like we were watching them battle. And at that point, the other boat gave up.
Yeah, and what's funny about it, it's kind of, it's 2 things. One, it was like back when you were in high school and you had the whole, you're in your football game and you're like, we got spirit, yes we do, we got spirit, how about you? And then it went back and forth for a while. And then the worst part, I really felt bad for the people on the island, especially when we're in the non-Disney port, because those horns have a tendency to reverberate throughout the entire countryside. And
Wow.
so this horn was just going for days, and you could just see some of the people, the native islanders sitting there going like, I hate Disney.
No, they didn't. We brought money.
So,
Sorry. Was that out loud?
all right. So, Sid, what's your number 1 top Disney song?
In the tiki 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 room, in the tiki 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 room. Yep.
That's
Where is it?
teamwork,
All the
baby.
birds sing together.
The birds sing, the birds and the flowers turn in the tiki 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 room.
Something like that, guys. I actually
Sorry.
looked up the words once, but just love it when they had the quote unquote fire and they came back under new management and they cut that song off halfway through. I was very unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the Tiki Room has been restored, it's kind of like Eisner. You get new management in that just doesn't cut the mustard, you get rid of it, and you go back to the way it should be done. So, that being said, they went back to the old ways, entire Tiki Room song. Love it. Just love it.
I think that song is like It's a Small World. Once it gets in your head, it doesn't come out.
You are correct, my friend. It's
Yeah.
rolling around in there right now.
Yeah.
But It's a Small World makes you want to slit your wrist.
No, actually, it's grown on me. Actually.
Oh, wow.
And, Chris, have you been to Disneyland?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my gosh, got to go to Disneyland.
No, I'm missing out.
So, Tony, let me ask you a question. Do you perceive any difference between the Disneyland version and the Walt Disney World version?
Of the Tiki Room or Small World?
Tiki Room.
Okay.
Ooh, wow, I can't remember.
I can't either. I think the attractions now are virtually the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just very happy that at the end we don't have to sing "Get on Your Feet."
I think because both of them were changed back to Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah. As it should be.
Yeah, so I think they're both the same now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I did have an honorable mention that I didn't. I thought we were mentioning those at this point.
Oh.
So I saved mine.
Me too.
The soundtrack to Space Mountain.
Oh, I love
The entire soundtrack?
Well, the ride is not that long, Tony, so really. What you hear while you're in the ride, including the whole whoop, 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 whoop as you're going through the tunnel. And for anyone who's ever ridden that with us, yes, I just did the hand gestures. So, yes, it's fun. It feels like it's 2001 Space Odyssey met, the Sherman Brothers, and they had a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Star Tunnel, best song in that ride.
Mm.
It's a good choice. Very creative.
I cry every time I hear that song.
What'd you say, Krista?
I said that's a really good choice. That was really creative. So think of that one.
Does that one make up for the Ghost Riders in the Sky by Henrietta?
Yes.
All right, Tony, what's your number one?
My number one, if anybody on this planet knows me,
Or seen a video.
or seen any video I've ever put on the interweb,
Or ever been to Magic Kingdom with
or
me?
ever been to Magic Kingdom with me, it's the Main Street Electrical Parade. I love. I have many different versions of the song. I have like a New Orleans style version of the song. I have like a country version style of the song. I love this song. I think this was brilliant. I mean, it's not something that Disney created. They kind of stole this thing and made it their own. But
Adopted.
Adopted, borrowed, changed, enhanced.
Nice.
The Main Street. I could watch this parade if they would have this parade all night long up and down Main Street, just repetitively going up and down Main Street all night long. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. And if they bring back that Spectro trash thing,
Magic?
yeah, Spectro trash. No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Tony.
It's got to be Main Street Electrical Parade.
All right, the Judgment Bus just ran over a lot of people's hearts right now.
Well, for me, it was the first parade I ever saw as a 13-year-old boy sitting on the, Main Street curb in 1976, and I fell in love with it. How they lit up and made magic with this. If it wasn't for the Main Street Electrical Parade, there wouldn't be a Spectro Magic. That's my theory. This came first, and then they decided to make that Spectro trash.
Okay, if you want to be real technical, if there wasn't Thomas Edison, there wouldn't have been a Main Street Electrical Parade.
There you go.
There wouldn't have been light bulbs.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. There would have been all candles, and the thing would have probably gone up like a flame,
Oh, the insurance claims on these people and their third-degree burns would have been insane.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but I mean, you just got to put on headphones and listen to this song and listen to,
Yeah, it's a good song.
And go out and Google, you can probably Google, and you'll probably see stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. But go and see if you can find a couple different versions that you can buy on Amazon or iTunes. iTunes doesn't have this. You have to go on Amazon and buy it. Right. But it's a great deal.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's my number one.
Last but not least, Parkhopper John, what is your number one?
Well, much like Walt Disney, my favorite song, especially because it was one of Walt's favorites and because I love it in Mary Poppins, is Feed the Birds. Possibly one of the most amazing creations of the Sherman Brothers. it's just one of those songs that just gets you. And then once I heard the story, that what would happen at the end of the day, I mean, he'd walk down to, to where the Sherman Brothers were, or he would have them come to his office. He would just look at him and go, play it. And then they'd sit down and they'd play Feed the Birds. And towards the end of his life, Walt would sit and look out the window at all that he had helped create, knowing that he was running out of time, and he would listen to the song. So Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins is great. I thought the version in the live show was pretty astounding too, but from the classic movie, Julie Andrews at her very best, and so Feed the Birds is my number one favorite Disney song.
Did anybody go to Destination D? What was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Nope.
No. So there was a Destination D event at Walt Disney World at the Contemporary, and the grand finale was Mr. Sherman singing with his piano.
Yep.
And the last song he sang was Feed the Birds. And let me tell you, you could not hear a pin drop. You could probably hear a pin drop on the carpeting. It was dead silence. And you could hear grown people sniffling, holding back the tears because, after he told the story, much like you just did, John, I think he used to come in and say, go ahead and play that, boys. And that was the last thing he said to the Sherman Brothers. And he said this in the hallway to them. They knew that, he was going to pass away shortly thereafter. And that was the last thing he said to them, was go ahead and play that, boys. So... But this is a great song. I totally agree with you, John.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, not to be sappy, but I think we have all truly expressed the power of music.
Yeah.
And it was, Parkhopper John and I had discussed that this week as my uncle recently passed away, and my cousin's best friend wrote a song for my uncle and put it on YouTube. And it was one of those, if you knew the man and you listened to the song, there weren't even words. It was all piano. But you could see him and his life in different points of the song. And that was one of the things the Sherman Brothers could just tell a story. They didn't even have to sing the words. You could see the story happening before you. And that was something that Walt truly saw, the power of music. It's healing. It's uplifting. It can... transport you from one land to another. And just, we've all sort of teased each other about the different songs and about our singing. But, these are footprints on our hearts of different times in our lives and different memories we have. So that being said, if you're listening to this and you have a song that has touched you, if you walk into Disney and you hear... a certain song they play in a restaurant, or you go to a stage show and hear a song, or if there's just a memory attached to one of these movies that you've seen with your kids or as a kid, we would love to know about it. Post it on Facebook, send us an email, leave us a voicemail, let us know, because we would love to tell your stories also.
Yeah, and one thing that people really don't, I guess they take for granted, in the parks, there's music all around you. In every land, everywhere you go, in the shops, and if you ever get the chance, really go into a park and just go there and sit there and listen. Tomorrowland has some different crazy versions of stuff from Toy Story. They've recently added to their play loop there. Frontierland, Adventureland, Fantasyland. Just go sit by a speaker and just take in the music, because. Christmas time is the best time because it's all Christmas music, but, anytime during the year is a great time to listen to some music. All right, that was great, everybody. That was a great round of music. Let us know what you think. What's your favorite song? Is it from a movie? Is it from an attraction? Is it from a Broadway show? Is it from the theme park? Maybe it's just, music that you hear in the park all the time, so...
There was a funny story. I was in Magic Kingdom one time, and I don't remember what the day was, but something was wrong and there was no music. It was weird. It was weird. It was like for like 15 minutes, there's no music in the park.
Did somebody unplug the tape recorder?
Apparently, batteries ran out. It was creepy because
Wow.
like there's supposed to be
can't
music here,
imagine.
and there's nothing. Yeah, it was freaky, and it came right back on quickly.
Yeah,
But
sure.
that's kind of funny. So
They had an amp rack that went down.
I mean, all you would hear is kids screaming and yelling at that point. You can't
Yeah.
have that.
And parents crying.
Yeah.
yeah, no kidding.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the Wdw Parkhoppers Tip of the Week. And I'm going to pass this off to Parkhopper John with one of his favorite tips of the week.
All right, we all talk about Disney and the merchandise and all the different things, and it could be a very expensive venture to be at Walt Disney World or Disneyland. Any of the parks can be a little expensive, but I will wager you, unless that you were someone who visits the park as much as Tony Casanova does, I'll bet you did not know that you could get all the free soda that you wanted somewhere at Walt Disney World.
You can?
You can, and that place is inside of Epcot, and it's a place called Club Cool. Now, there is a catch. It's not all the Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, or Pepsi, whatever you choose. They have, inside of Club Cool, which is sponsored by Coca-Cola, they have several different kiosks around where you can sample some sodas from around the world. And some of them are really, really good.
Like the Beverly?
None. Some of them are like...
I love Beverly.
Do you really?
I don't mind a Beverly.
Beverly's not as bad as we all make it to be. It's just not what we expect. But there's like 6 different soda options that you can go there, and they have small cups. You can get as much soda there as you like. So on a hot day inside of Epcot, and you just don't feel like having water, they have 8.
There are 8 different options. In
I'm
fact,
sorry.
there is a review from about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
on wdwparkhoppers.com. So now there is a trick to all the free soda you want. You have to get it in the little cups that they offer it. You can't walk up there with your water bottle and fill it up.
Mm-mm.
They frown on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and there's some really cool flavors from Japan and from Europe, and some really neat flavors and tastes. And then there's Beverly, which is
an aperitif.
An aperitif, which is a nice
Which is
French.
Italian for good drink.
Yeah, okay, I'll give that to you. But so yeah, next time you're at Epcot, you definitely want to go visit Club Cool, and it's kind of like right on the tail end of Future World, right before you get on the promenade going into World Showcase. It's if you're facing World Showcase, it's on your right, next to the ice cream stand, by the way. And you definitely want to check that out. And you get to try some drinks from all over the world, and it's completely free.
Does anybody have a favorite?
The watermelon one, but I don't know the
Yeah.
name of
Yeah.
Yeah, the watermelon one's my favorite one too.
it.
Yeah, they haven't had that in a while.
Year.
I haven't had this in a while.
I asked for fizzy bubbly, and they said that they don't carry that, which is from Don't Mess with the Lohan. That's a bad reference. I'll edit that out.
Actually, that's from Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Whatever.
I thought you were making like a Willy Wonka reference.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Fizzy lifting juice.
Yeah.
Fizzy bubbly.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's brought to you by www.parkhoppers.com. We invite you to come over to our website and visit us and sign up for our email newsletter and check out the stuff that we're doing. We have a lot of really cool things over there at www.parkhoppers.com. And now, with her world secrets, doing Disney like a local, is Miss Krista Joy from DisneyWays.com.
Yay, thank you. Really quick, I just want to talk about Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along. This is a free thing that you can actually do at Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground. It's typically around 7 or 8 o'clock. You just got to check with guest services at the desk there. And the show is going to last about 40 minutes. And Chippendale actually show up So you get to meet and greet with them, and they'll actually sign autographs too. I believe they're still doing that, but subject to change. And for a small price, you can even purchase a mini s'mores kit and roast marshmallows over the campfire, and it's all free to Disney guests. You don't even have to be staying at the Wilderness Resort. And also there's a petting zoo nearby, so you can check that out. And it's especially fun on like a cool night to go and do the whole campfire things. Highly recommended. The locals love it.
Do they do s'mores?
They do. You can buy a little s'mores kit for a price. I would recommend bringing your own. Just bring your own chocolate and marshmallows. Yeah, you can totally do that. And rent a golf cart while you're out there too. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the thing you do in August.
Right. A little too warm in August.
Yeah. I have not. Now, do they actually sing, Krista? Because I haven't been out there for this.
There is a singer. He's like a cowboy. What's his name, John? You know his name. Come on.
I did know Buckaroo Bob, Buckaroo Bill.
Yeah, something like that.
I used to know. I knew this, and I have since forgot it, so please forgive me. But Chippendale are out there too, right?
Mm.
Yes. And the night I was there, they actually came out into the group of people, the spectators, and kind of walked down the road, so you could actually meet them, give them a hug, get a picture taken really quick, and then they do move on because they try to be quick and try to see everybody. Yeah. But yeah, there's a guy singing there. You get to sing along. Obviously, that's the whole point. So.
Now, is this in the same section where they do the movie?
No, this is. It's just past the place that they sell all the merch at the campgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah, right behind there.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of the building.
All right. Well, I don't want to put Krista on the spot, so this is not just for you if you don't know. But this is a great question for those of you out there. How do you tell the difference between Chip and Dale?
Chip has a chocolate chip nose, and Dale has a red nose.
Brilliant. Ding, 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 ding.
Yay!
I had to live 41 years before I learned that little secret. I'm walking around going, how do you tell the difference between Chip and Dale? And finally, somebody put me in. Good job, Krista. That's a great way to do Disney like a local. That's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So you definitely want to go visit her website, which is DisneyWays.com. She has a great website. There's a lot of information there, and she has some really cool things that she does, like contests and stuff. Do you have any contests going right now?
We do. We're running a contest right now. If you go to DisneyWays.com and just type in Julie in the search bar, my friend Julie out in California has a wonderful Etsy shop, and she is actually having a contest right now. Right before Mother's Day is the theme, so I think you actually have to enter by April 27th. But she is offering that if you just write her a little story and tell her why you want a free piece of jewelry from her store, that if she chooses your story, and as long as it's a happy story and not something that depresses her, she's going to pick a winner, whoever has the best story, and they'll get that free piece of jewelry, whatever they chose from her shop. So kind of fun.
Wow.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So go out to DisneyWays.com to sign up for that. Type Julie into the search bar, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the contest should pop up. The post was from today, so it'll still be there.
Sweet. Well, thank you for that, Krista. And now, boys and girls, children of all ages, I know you've been waiting for this. This is my favorite part of the podcast because I get to find out some really cool stuff about Disney parks or resorts that I didn't know, and it's brought to you by Disney by the Numbers. And here's Tony Casanova with the Disney by the Numbers top 5 things you did not know about the Sailor Mickey float at Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Now, you'll be asking yourself, Tony, why do you want to talk about Sailor Mickey float in April? And I have no idea. I was looking through facts and figures, and I said, wow, I did not know I even had these. So that's how I got to this this week. Number 5, 60.9 feet tall is the height of Sailor Mickey float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Number 4, 2 hours are needed to fill Sailor Mickey balloon or float. Number 3, 600 pounds is the gross weight of Sailor Mickey float that's used in the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Number 2, 50 crew members are required to hold Sailor Mickey down as he floats down the path of the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And the number one thing you did not know about the Sailor Mickey float is 14,750 cubic feet of helium are used to fill Sailor Mickey and keep him in the air. So that's it. That is the top 5 things you did not know about Sailor Mickey float.
And now we know why Mickey Mouse speaks in such a high voice, because he's full of helium.
Full of helium.
Hello there, kids. Look at me floating down Fifth Avenue.
Well, that was the top 5 things you didn't know about the Sailor Mickey float at Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And that was brought to you by the DisneyByTheNumbers.com website and the Disney by the Numbers iPhone, iPad app, which is available at the iTunes Store. You want to definitely download that. It's a lot of fun to do at the parks. It's also a lot of fun to do on the new Disney Cruise Lines, because he's updated it for the cruise lines. Disney by the Numbers, DBTN, iPhone, iPad app. Get it at the iTunes Store today.
All right, so here's a couple of announcements this week. One is stay tuned for a new Disney by the Numbers meet sometime in May. Location, time, place, all to be determined shortly. So you can go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com to find out more information, or our Facebook page, which is DBTN page, Facebook.com/DBTN page. And then also, probably our April contest will have ended by the time this airs. So we will have another contest this month in May. So also go check our website and the blog for more information about the May contest. It'll probably be somewhere around the last week in May, as well as the meet will be in the last week in May as well. That's it. We want to hear from you. Give us your questions by a couple different ways of doing that. You can email us at questions@DisneyParkPodcast.com, or you can give us a call at 407-476-8898. And as we say, we'll see you in the parks. Hello, I am Tony Calzone from Disney by the Numbers, and I ask that you stop by DisneyByTheNumbers.com, where you can read our news, our blog, see videos, sign up for our newsletter, and check out our photos and all the other good stuff that we have at DisneyByTheNumbers.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/DBTN page. I know that's a little hard, but you can follow us there. You can follow us on Twitter at DBTN. You can find us on YouTube by searching for Disney by the Numbers. You can sign up for our newsletter at DisneyByTheNumbers.com, or go out to iTunes and search for WDW DBTN Facts. And you can go out to iTunes and get our iPhone app, which you can use on your iPhone, iPad, and iPod. Check out WDW DBTN Facts on iTunes.
Well, I'm Parkhopper John, and I come to you from the Wdw Parkhoppers.com website. You can find us on the internet at www.wdwparkhoppers.com. You can find us all across the social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, at WDW Parkhoppers. Please sign up for our newsletter. We have a lot of great information, a lot of fun stuff that we're putting in there. And you can always sign up to get our blog post articles sent directly to your email for absolutely free. We also encourage you to go out to teamparkhoppers.com and Team Parkhoppers on Facebook. Help us to raise money while we're running and having a great time at all these great Run Disney events.
Hi, this is Krista from DisneyWays.com, where our mission includes bringing you exciting Disney news and information that's also sprinkled with Disney Ways treasures you won't find anywhere else. We want to help answer your Disney-related questions. We do post every single day, so we hope you subscribe to our updates by email. We do have monthly prizes for our subscribers, so you're automatically entered just for subscribing. And you'll be kept up to date with our coming events and all the things we have going on at Disney Ways. We can also be found at Twitter at Disney Ways. And we do have a YouTube channel that's a work in progress, but we'd love to have you there too. So check us out on the web.